I'm Shelby, welcome to my channel and happy Mental Health Awareness Day to you all. Thank you for coming to my first video on my channel to speak about mental health and raising awareness. So, let me first declare I am not a mental health professional. I am someone that has suffered with mental health conditions diagnosed wise for the past 10 years. This platform is to encourage people to speak out about those taboo subjects that they either don't want to tell you about or they just don't think it's that important to speak about. But let's get one thing clear. Mental health is important. Your mental health is the most important part of your everyday life. Without having access to the main parts of your brain, how are you going to get through the day? How are you going to get on with those everyday tasks? Simple. You can't. So let's work on controlling and coping those everyday little tasks together. Mental health is a massive taboo subject even in today's society, especially in certain demographics, for example, men. This video is aimed at you, for you, and every topic discussed is going to be declared by you. So, let's get started. As this is my first video, I'm going to be looking at different types of mental health and how to cope with them. Anybody or anyone who tells you that you can get rid of mental health is a liar. And I'll tell you why. Mental health is just like any form of health. It's the health of your mind. Our brain and our mind is the most powerful organ in the whole entire human body. It allows us to make decisions, react, get emotional sometimes, and even make wrong decisions. So, let's look at different types of mental health. I'd love to go through every single form of mental health, however, the spectrum is extremely large. So anyone who's visiting this video to have a breakdown of every single symptom to every mental health condition, I can't help you with that. Unfortunately, because there's so much information out there and it's up to you to go and seek the information, and that's exactly what this platform's for, to just give information. Different types of mental health. Mood disorders, such as depression and bipolar. Anxiety disorders, personality disorders, psychotic disorders, such as schizophrenia. Eating disorders, trauma-related disorders, such as post-traumatic stress disorder. Substance abuse disorders. So like I said, there's a lot of mental health conditions that we don't have enough time to go through them because otherwise I'll be going on for hours. So I'm just going to touch base on the 5 most common within the UK at present. Let me first say this, calling it a mental health disorder, nah, not going to run anymore. Mental health is a whole different topic. Calling something a disorder allows us to think this isn't normal. But what is normal? Depression. Now, historically, older generations didn't believe in depression. They just said, you're upset, you'll get over it. But studies have shown that depression is a chemical reaction within the brain that causes you to go through different emotions, different feelings. And as that happens, and a result of that is having no capacity to do everyday things. Now, coming out of depression is one of the hardest struggles in life. And I say that because I've been through it many times. There's been times when I've woke up and sometimes I haven't even wanted to wake up. I've had to drag myself out of bed to get up, to go and do my normal things like brush my teeth, put on makeup, even put on clothes, flip on the kettle. But when you're coming out of it, it's the most remarkable thing in the world. It's like being reborn again. And yeah, you will relapse. But the more you have control of coping with it, the better you'll feel every single time you go into it. You'll feel yourself slipping slowly back into it, but you'll be able to notice it quicker and react quicker. For example, you may have felt like you don't want to get out of bed. You look outside the window, it's pouring down with rain. You know that you've got to get up and get ready and out of the house in 45 minutes to catch your train or a bus, or even jump in your car to drive to work. Depression will stop you from doing all of that. And rather than give you a sensible rationale, it will tell you, you can't do it. Why are you even trying? And I tell you why it does that. It's because it's testing you. It's encouraging you to push yourself out of that motion. So try it. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. You won't like it, I promise that. But try it. It'll do you the world of good. And if you keep trying and it doesn't happen or it doesn't work out for you, go and find an outlet. Come to this channel, go online, look at support groups in your local church, community centres. There's always something out there to help you. Anxiety. This is a massive, massive thing for me. My anxiety is very high on the spectrum. My close friends, family have all seen me go through the lowest parts and the hardest parts of anxiety, to stages where I'm having panic attacks driving home, even after brushing my teeth or getting out of the bath. I'll come home and it'll hit me and I drop to the floor and start panicking. Now, with anxiety, it's always going to be there. But it's about you finding your coping mechanisms. And I found one of my biggest coping mechanisms is listening to music. Now, your heart rate determines how you react to things, and it gives you control. I'm a new mum, and I tell you, breathing during labour was one of the most important parts of getting through it. And when you have an anxiety attack, breathing is one of the most important things. So when it hits you and you know that you're going to struggle to get out of it, find a nice mellow song to bring your heart rate down. Once you can do that, you'll find a nice peaceful place and your breathing will start following. I mean, this is one tactic I've developed over the years, and it's not going to happen or work for everyone, but it's up to you to find those things. Another technique that I've developed with dealing with anxiety is a tapping technique. So I know a lot of you are going to be like, what's a tapping technique? It's creating beats with different parts of your body. For example, hand and hand. We're going to tap with 2 fingers on our wrist twice. Move to our elbow twice. Repeat on the other side. Tap, tap. Then we're going to go to our head. A little bit like the Macarena. Twice, twice. Put it all together. We're going to go twice, 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 twice. Head, head. All you're going to do is keep repeating this. Eventually, it's going to help you, because the motions allow you to have a beat, to control your breathing, control your senses. It's going to allow you to have control over that temporary, listen again, temporary feeling. An anxiety attack is not permanent. You will get through it, and you can get through it. Just find different techniques. Eating disorders. Again, I have been through ups and downs of eating disorders, to the stage where I was bullied in primary school for being overweight. I was nowhere near being overweight. But when you're young, especially for females, you think that you're some massive beast when you're so slim and you've got a little bit of puppy fat on your face. I developed a tactic of wearing baggier clothes, pushing my food around the plate, pretending that I was eating it. Every time I went to take a mouthful, I'd make conversation with someone on the table so that they would think that I was eating whilst they was replying to me. And because of that, again, I think I was around 12 and a size 4. I won't lie, when you have control of your body, it gives you massive empowerment. But eating disorders are the wrong form of empowerment. You have to eat to stay healthy. You have to be healthy to get through your day, to look after your children, to remain at work, to retain friendships, and to keep relationships alive. The most important relationship is you with yourself. So no matter how difficult your life is, no matter how much control you don't have over situations, do not turn to your body to control that. I mean, I have tattoos and piercings. I've dyed my hair so many different colours over the years, again as a form of control. But do not harm yourself. An eating disorder is self-harm. And you may not think it at the time, but missing breakfast, lunch, dinner, all in one day for a couple of days may not seem that bad, but it's going to affect you. That's going to affect your body. Especially for parents, you don't want to encourage your children to be around that. Our mental health starts at such a young age, and we have to make sure we put in the right things for our children from a young age through teenage years, because that is the difficultest time, to adulthood. Now, most mental health illnesses, disorders, issues, whatever you want to call them, seem to come into play through teenage years up until the age of 30. We need to make sure that during that time, before that time and after that time, we're providing the correct information for people around us and for ourselves. So education is key. Substance abuse. So, being from London, on the cusp of Essex as well as Kent, I've grown up around a lot of substances, many of which I have not tried and will not try. Predominantly because I'm absolutely scared of not being in control of my own body. Again, a form of anxiety. A lot of people turn to substances as a form of control so that they can control their emotions. For example, cannabis. Studies have recently shown that CBD oil in its concentrated form helps with anxiety. And there's a lot of products on the market at the moment that can help, from drinks to chocolate, oil and tablets. If you want to seek out those products, please go online and find the best one for you. I'm not about to mention any brands because I don't have the sponsorship for it, so I want this video to stay on as long as possible. Cannabis is one of the most recreationally used drugs in the United Kingdom. It is not legal in this country, however, you can pretty much find it wherever you go. A lot of people that I know use cannabis as a form of relaxation and to escape reality. I'm not here to judge anyone on what you want to do, because it is your life and it's down to you to find your own coping mechanisms, but misusing substances can have lasting effects on you. In controlled amounts, for example, cannabis with CBD oil can help to target those tough days. You going around the corner and smoking 15 spliffs a day is not going to help you or your bank account, let's be honest. Find different ways of coping. Cooking dinner, going for a walk, taking the children swimming. There's different things that you can do to control your mind, control your emotions, and have an outlet to just relax. It doesn't always need to be about using substances. Now, the fifth mental health condition that is the most common in the UK is that of ADHD and ADD. Now, I'm a massive advocate for trying to find herbal remedies, and it seems like in today's society, us as parents are taking our children to the GPs, they're being diagnosed with ADD or ADHD, and the GP's rationale is just give the kids meds. We were talking about substance abuse. Is not giving tablets to your child a form of substance abuse if it's something that they then rely on as a form of controlling their mental health? Let's be honest, every child has their moments where they play up. Every child has their moment when they don't want to listen. They want to go off and do their own thing. But some children do exert different behaviours. There must be another rationale, or there must be another way that these children that have been diagnosed with these conditions can have an outlet to express themselves in a controlled environment. I've looked into some studies, and there's been some information regarding sensory. Using your 5 senses can help control your mind in a very positive way. We all know how we feel when you smell a lovely smell that you like, whether that be a nice perfume or cooking from your mum or your grandma's kitchen, or even, don't know, whatever floats your boat really. Smelling helps to make us calm and relaxed. Eating, massive part. You taste good food, makes you happy. Might not make your bank account happy, but it makes you happy. Feels. Everyone has that material that they like feeling. Like those materials that just make you feel all snuggly and relaxed. Even hitting your pillow at night when you've had a long day. Seeing beautiful things. If you're a creative person, going to watch a play. If you're into nice environments, or going away on holiday, or even just taking a walk to look at the atmosphere, can help you massively. And finally, listening. Whether that's having a conversation with someone and listening to what they've been going through, or the exciting things they've been doing. Listening to music, audiobooks can help control those senses to allow you to not branch out and do irrational things. We're all human beings. We go through every emotion known to mankind, and that's normal. But again, what is normal? Your version of normal is different to my version of normal. One aspect of mental health that is not discussed regularly or intensively is suicide. Now, when you're in such a bad mental health position that you feel like you cannot go on any longer, suicide seems to be the best option. However, there are platforms, there are information sources, there are websites that you can access when you feel at the lowest point in your life. Because as they say, when you hit the ground, the only way is up. But let's not just take my word for it. Let's look at some statistics. In 2017, the Office for National Statistics recorded data in the United Kingdom. The suicide rate was 10.1 for every 100,000 people within the UK. That may sound very low, but you imagine, out of 100,000 people, 10 people of that will commit suicide. I mean, we have enough going on in this world with global warming, knife crime, gun crime, people being elected. We don't want them to be elected. Why are young people taking their lives? And I'll tell you why. Because they don't have the resources or access to resources to change their mind on that one final decision. And it's up to us to speak about it, raise awareness, and literally plaster it in their face so they know this is not the last option. You do not have to do this. There are many people that can and will help you. You just need to ask and seek for the help. So please, please seek the help. I don't want this platform to come across as a morbid outlet to talk about things that people don't want to talk about, but it needs to be spoken about. The more we're aware, the more we can do. And again, it's up to you to share this video, comment, like it, and just allow yourself to go through all of the emotions. The best thing in the world you can do is go through those emotions as a human being, because whatever you go through, it's only going to build you up and make you stronger. And that's what we're best at doing. We break, we heal. We break again, we heal again. The best thing that you can do is ask for help. Whether that's your best friend, your partner, your children, your parents, your grandparents, your cat or your dog. Talking allows you to open up, to express yourself, and allow you to feel okay inside. Because sometimes it's okay to not be okay. So I'd love to stay here and talk all day about my thoughts, my feelings, my experiences with mental health, but I don't think YouTube will allow me to upload a video that long. Plus, I don't want to keep you all day. I want you to go out there, try different coping mechanisms, talk to people, listen, feel things, go through the motions. And when you're feeling low, come back and have a chat with me again. Also, thank you to everyone for all of your support in regards to making this happen. I couldn't do it without you. I appreciate every single one of you. And let's keep sharing, let's keep making more videos. Subscribe, like, comment, you know the drill. And we'll see you next time. Bye.